You're listening to The Real Short Box, a comic book podcast made for geeks by geeks.
Hello, everyone out there in comic book land. This is The Real Short Box. My name is Donald.
And I am the doctor of comics and history and culture.
And slow talking.
And slow talking, Kevin.
And I'm Jarrett, the pontificator.
Wait, what?
Wait,
a second. Oh my god.
Wait a second, I thought I was the pontificator.
Not
But
anymore.
you work
Not
tonight,
anymore.
so I just stole it from you.
Dr.
As
Green.
many white people have stolen from other cultures. You disgusting white people.
I've got some Native American in me. Don't touch my scotch.
Yeah, don't take it.
We're all having some scotch.
That's right, we are having some scotch.
18-year Glenlivet, to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
For you scotch aficionados out there, that's a pretty good year.
So this goes back to 1999?
Sure.
18 years?
well,
This
this
would
was
sound
fought.
as cool when you say in the 90s.
Right.
It goes back to 1859.
Yeah.
1859.
It's 1800.
This
era.
we found in the ground. It was delicious from the
Yeah.
moment it touched our lips.
And
But this is our little toast off, because one of us is going to be departing from the Los Angeles area soon.
That's right. I will be moving to Bellingham, Washington. It's quite beautiful.
For about 6 months to a year, you're saying?
Well, 2 years at the least. My
Ah.
wife is going to grad school there, and I'm going to, do things that I'm not doing here. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do over there, you guys. It's pretty. My kids will like growing up there, but
You have a law degree, don't you?
No, I've worked in law offices. That doesn't mean they give you a law degree.
I see.
I did actually apply to a local comic shop, though.
Ooh.
So maybe I
Nice.
could get in there and, we could kind of do some smuggling thing where I smuggle out books. and then
And they
watch
hear
your
this.
state. And
Son of a bitch.
when I say smuggle, I guess that meant steal because really.
There's
yeah.
no underground.
No, what you meant was temporary confiscation.
Yeah.
Right, borrowing.
Yeah,
It's
borrowing.
a library, really.
No, but I'm looking forward to it. At the same time, it's bittersweet. The one thing I will miss most often in Los Angeles, I'm not going to lie, is the Real Short Box. As far as being here in person, because I love this. It's been a pleasure working with these two, and talking comics is maybe my favorite thing in the world. So I'm happy with it.
I mean, I'll work 12 hours and then come here just to do a podcast because I love it so much. Yeah. I'll spend 20-hour days preparing for the podcast because I love this so much.
I've sacrificed my children's livelihood to buy comics to talk about. So
His
that's
children-
dedication.
His children, if they don't
and I
score-
love them, but I love comics more, I guess.
If
What
it's-
the fuck?
if his children don't score perfect scores in their SATs or ACTs and get full scholarships, their futures have been destroyed because
Yep.
of this.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, sir, it's been an honor.
Thank
and we
you.
appreciate you being here with us. And regardless, we'll make it work. But for now, cheers.
Cheers. Chin,
By the way,
chin.
why is there a black,
It's a whiskey stone.
Oh.
Again, aficionados know.
That is good.
Mhm.
That is really good.
It tastes like a sweet Robitussin.
Well, no, sometimes you get an old wine
Mm-hmm.
and they go, "This is going to be great," and you drink it, and you're like, "It tastes like all other wine."
Yeah, you just don't notice.
This tastes great.
With scotch, you notice. This has got a nice,
This would be great for
sweet
like a sore throat.
caramel thing on the palate.
And it's
Oh,
crazy
You know
smooth.
that. You know that. I've told you. Medicinal scotch is
Yeah.
what I call it. Medicinal scotch. I'll do that with like a Dewar's white label or a Johnny Walker Red or something like that, something cheap. I'll call my medicinal scotch, and I'll sip it when I have like, you get that like phlegmy in your throat.
I've killed
Helps
many
clear that
colds
up.
with whiskey for sure.
Yeah, can't go wrong. Hot toddy.
But we're doing what?
Yeah, we're talking about
in our short
what's
box?
in our short box. Yeah,
our real short boxes because
our
they are real.
usual talky talk about Jarrett showed up and brought a short box. I brought a short box. Kevin showed up, brought a short box. We all had a short box. We went through our short boxes, said, hey, we like that in your short box. Pull it out of your short box and let's talk about our short box. So each of us have like 7 or 8 issues out of each box that we're going to discuss just based off of what the comic's about or the cover itself.
Exactly. I'll go first with
Sure.
this New Teen Titans Annual #2.
Now that cover is striking.
It's a great cover. It's a dual first appearance. A lot of people don't know this. It's the first appearance of Adrian Chase Vigilante, and it's also the first appearance of Cheshire, who would she was a villainess who would later go on to have a baby with Speedy,
Ooh.
Yeah, and they would have a kind of romance.
right.
Was that
Yeah.
like the drug addict from
well,
Green Arrow?
He was Green Arrow's sidekick who happened to become a drug addict. But you just want to label him as a junkie,
I'm sorry.
which he was.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
So this cover is cool. I mean, I always thought Vigilante was cool as a kid. Looking at him now, it's funny because he's just literally, he's almost like the ultimate 80s yuppie hero because he's in like a really fancy like ski outfit.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I never liked it.
Really?
Because it looked cheap. And I think it was the goggle things that really just made me think, oh, this is cheap.
Well, it's literally a ski outfit. I mean, it's literally a guy put on a ski outfit and put it on. I think I just went for anything that was black, and then he had guns.
But, the coolest thing about Vigilante was that he was the only character that I really like in Arrow.
Right.
So, like, they did him right.
They did him right, and they even did the look spot on.
Yeah,
like,
he looked
did it
great.
really
He looked better.
He looked better.
They improved upon it.
I will agree,
Yeah, they made him more tactical.
And the character in the comics was very interesting. The series ran for 50 issues. What's most notable about it is Adrian Chase was I think he was a lawyer by day and then a vigilante by night, and he would kill. He was definitely on the Punisher level of killing.
Right.
But the thing that was great and fucked up at the same time is at the end of the series, he felt so guilty about what he had been doing because he had this dual life. He killed himself.
Wow.
I think he
That's
shot himself.
crazy.
So that's one of the first, and maybe still, I mean, there's been suicides in comics. We talked about Kraven. We talked in another podcast about Mysterio. But of the titular character killing himself at the end of the book because he feels remorse for his actions is pretty heavy shit.
That's some dark stuff.
It's very dark.
That's some Dark Age stuff.
And now this cover, though, is just great. It's got him on the cover pointing his gun at, it's got a cityscape behind him. He's pointing his gun directly at us, the reader, but then you see targets of Terra, Beast Boy, Starfire, Kid Flash, and Cyborg. It's still a totally gettable book, and I don't know. I just think you have to have this in your collection. He's such an interesting character on many levels, and I always like a twofer. You get Cheshire and Vigilante first appearances. I think that's
Wonderful
great.
book from 1983.
Yeah, old school. Old school.
Those are like the pre-K days.
And if you're an Arrow fan, it's the first appearance of Mr. Vigilante. So go get it.
Nice. It's a nice book.
Yeah.
Nice book there, laddie.
Who's going next?
Kevin?
What I have here is a very special book that I didn't even know existed until a couple of months ago. Spider-Woman number 20, where she faces off against no other than the Amazing Spider-Man.
And now I know, because I'm a Spider-Woman fan, that is the first time they met.
Yes.
Spider-Woman and Spider-Man.
Must have been quite an experience of her
Ooh la la.
seeing this wonderful...
Did they meet and then have sex?
I'm sure. No, actually, I think it was more just like they met and there was a misunderstanding, because every time heroes meet in a book, there's a misunderstanding, and then they work it out and they become best friends.
Best buddies.
And then they both end up on the Avengers somehow.
Yeah, but I've said it before. Spider-Woman. It's a cool series, but it's very interesting to read. It's
multiple writers.
Multiple writers. I think the same artist stayed on it predominantly, but so many different writers came on board and like did their take on it and always changed the path of it. It's interesting to read now. Back then, I'm sure it was very frustrating.
Yeah.
I prefer that costume, by the way, than to the later one that was worn by the second Spider-Woman, that black.
With the black and white. Well, because they were trying to do the symbiote. No, I will say this. Spider-Woman, the original Spider-Woman's costume with the hair coming out and all that is one of my favorite costumes.
Me too.
I love
Me
it.
too.
Great costume. Great costume.
Don, what do you got?
I got a book. It's Showcase Presents number 66. The first appearance of Biwana Beast,
Awesome.
the Jungle Master.
It's a beautiful cover. Such a great, random, weird character.
Yeah.
Wacky.
It's basically Biwana Beast for those that don't know, and those that have not seen. I think it was Brave and the Bold. Batman Brave and the Bold had Biwana Beast in it.
And a Justice League episode had
Was
him
it a
too.
Justice League?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think he was more predominant in the
Yeah, because it was a little sillier. Yeah. But on the cover, Biwana Beast is interesting.
It's like a luchador.
He's hard. Yeah, he's hard to describe. He's shirtless, and he's not quite wearing pants. He's wearing like trunks made out of almost leopard print furry something, and
Yeah, wouldn't you agree, Jerry? Looks like a luchador,
He's luchador, yeah. He's jungle luchador.
almost like a bee-like helmet eye thing on. It's very interesting.
He would definitely stand out if you saw him in any facet, whether it was in the jungle or not.
And he's punching a monkey on the cover, like knocking it the fuck out.
Which, by the way, if you're knocking out a monkey on your first appearance cover, you're a badass.
You're a badass. And it says, his very name invokes terror, and only this man knows his secret. And it's some dude laying down in the forest.
Just chilling.
Just, like, looking in terror. Be punching this monkey.
And the thought bubble's got an arrow actually pointing at the guy, too, which I think is pretty cool.
So
this guy, just so you didn't know.
It's something, it's Showcase Presents number 66. Guys, Google it, look it up. It's going to be a feast for the eyes. Definitely.
I'm going to have to get that one.
It's a great issue, and it's not expensive.
No?
No. It's like $10, I think, at the most, maybe.
I'm getting that probably tonight.
Yeah.
Daddy!
I don't want to hear it. You can eat later. I want piranha pieces for here. You be quiet. What do you got?
Actually,
is it me again?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, that's right. This is an interesting book. It's a modern book with a retro flair to it. It's a 50 pages of story and art, Amazing Fantasy 15, and it's got Spider-Man on the cover. But it's not that Amazing Fantasy 15, because if I had that Amazing Fantasy 15...
You wouldn't even bring it in today.
I'd be dead right now, because these guys would kill me for it.
In your sleep, probably. Yeah.
This was the first appearance of... They tried to do... it says, introducing Marvel's 6 newest sensations. I'm going to tell you something. 5 of those people I don't think we ever heard from again, but there was one who had some crazy staying power for some reason, and that was the boy genius Amadeus Cho.
Wasn't he at one point, before Moon Girl, was the smartest man and kid in the MCU? Yeah,
now he's like, he tells himself he's like the 6th smartest person in the world or something like that. He has gone through so many different renditions. He's always been the boy genius.
He was Herc's sidekick.
He was Hercules' sidekick for a while, and then I think he even became like the Prince of Power, but he was just for intelligence instead of strength. And then, as he is now, we know him as the, what is it?
Totally
awesome
Hulk.
Right. This character, I wanted to get this book because I became a fan of the Champions, and I just like that book, and it's got all the new kind of heroes kind of band. It's almost like the newest Avengers.
Does your daughter like that character too?
She likes him too, but I wanted to get all the first appearance of the Champions because I like that book. And I was
written by Mark Waid.
Written by Mark Waid, exactly. And this book, it's not cheap. I was actually surprised. When I was going for the first appearance of the Champions, this was actually the most expensive.
How much?
This, I think I got it for maybe under $60.
Under $60?
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
My lord and gravy.
Did this book just come out like 2 years ago?
No. It came out a while ago. That's the thing. It's one of those random books because, yes, it's like this random Amazing Fantasy 15, which I think it was almost just like
2009 maybe?
Yeah. Okay. And I think it was just a one-off anyway. I don't think it actually was.
Much like the,
Exactly.
So probably a low print run for starters.
Super low print run. And like I said, they're trying to introduce 6 new sensations. I've gone through the book. The other 5 people are unheard of. Like, they never were heard of again.
This would be a very early birthday gift to you, sir.
Thank you.
Wait. No, it was giving me the presents.
To me.
No, it's a super random book to be. I was shocked when it was priced that way, but at the time I was in a good job, and I said, "Fuck it, I don't give a shit."
$100,000 job.
Yeah.
But this book, for some reason, I just love it. I love the character. I love Amadeus Cho, but I love those books that are hidden gems because. Yeah, nobody probably was expecting this book to have anybody of relevance or significance, even though it was like, there's probably like a super low print run of this, and it's in great condition.
Yeah.
So yeah, first Amadeus Show, and it's Amazing Fantasy 15.
Ooh,
so
that's a pricey book. Kevin, you got a pricey book?
Apparently, this is the Strange Tales number 164. It has Nightmare on the cover. Very interesting, powerful cover.
That was the Nick Fury, Doctor Strange team up kind of thing, or they both had separate stories.
Yes, right. Doctor Strange and Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. The one that looked like David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, and Stranko did some of these.
Mm-hmm. That looks like a Stranko cover.
It certainly does. Nightmare is this looks like Professor Xavier, only colored green with crazy eyes.
Which I think they redid him differently later on as far as his look. I remember he had rode a horse, and he was supposed to be
oh yeah,
the demon Nightmare.
Do you
right?
think this is the first appearance of Nightmare?
I'm not sure, but it wouldn't shock me if it was.
If it is, that would be really cool because I love Nightmare. Nightmare's a great character.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, if it is, I'm going to keep this book, Kevin. Thank you.
Strange Tales were just great.
It's funny, all of our birthdays around, we're just exchanging birthday gifts.
Hey, you take my book, I'll take yours.
Take yours.
Yep.
Strange Tales had some of the best covers because, yes, a lot of them were Steranko, I believe. I think maybe some Kirby. But, and then some Ditko for sure, I'm pretty sure, right? Because the Strange stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And some of them are hard books to find for sure. They're hard to find in good condition.
Yes,
because,
for obvious reasons.
For
They're
obvious
over
reasons.
50 years old.
Yeah, they're old and, people weren't there wasn't a collector's market back then. It was
if you look at the books we have that are 60s-ish, you can see the browning of the paper.
Right.
I mean, you didn't have the...
It's very rare that you get a book where you're like, wow, that is in pristine condition. Although we do have a couple of those with us today.
Mm-hmm.
Donald, I just gave you some info about a book you have right now.
Right.
And you son of a bitch, because it's a book I definitely want.
Look, Jared's
no
birthday
idea.
is in a week and a half. You should give him that book.
It's, honestly, it's only fair.
It's only fair. Do it for the children. Well, actually, not really.
Well, I bought this book recently, probably within the last year. This is Tales of Suspense featuring Iron Man and Captain America. It's issue number 75. What I knew it as was being the first appearance of Sharon Carter.
Which it is.
But it's also the first appearance of...
Batroc the Leaper.
Batroc the Leaper.
Who is...
awesome in Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Captain America, Civil War.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
He
was just in Winter Soldier. And at the beginning, they're on the boat. It was really cool.
It was cool.
Oh, it was such a great little Easter egg of give us Batroc for a second. Batroc is such a fun character. He's such... we have a group we've talked about before on Facebook called the Super Palookas. And Palookas are usually these kind of villains that are not given the respect they're due, but they definitely have been around forever. Batroc is a goddamn Palooka through and through. He's got such staying power, and he's ridiculous, and he's still around.
And GSP did him justice.
Yep.
Oh, when I'm an MMA fan, when I heard George St. Pierre was playing Batroc and did it, it was so...
That sequence was so well choreographed.
Well, and it was perfect because it was just one fight and that's it. It wasn't like they're gonna make him the villain, you know. He was just. He's
just an impediment in the way.
It was a taste, and it was lovely.
Yeah, very lovely. On this cover, it's very simple. It's got about 4 cops. They're pointing guns. One of them looks like they fired their gun. We don't know who. There's a lady in a green dress, red hair. She's either being tossed up towards a guy in what appears to be a blue dress. Bald dude.
He looks like a watcher,
biceps.
right?
Kind of,
yeah. So I thought it was more muscular watcher.
I think it's the character's called the Freak because it says in the bottom it says the Fury of the Freak. So she's either being tossed up to him or tossed down. I think he's tossing her down. I'm not sure. And then Iron Man's kind of doing some type of breakdance move on the ground and maybe reaching for her.
It's a pretty sweet. It's a really weird pose.
Yeah, it's true. He is
really
breakdancing.
Awkward.
I like
breakdancing.
His right hand is kind of bent.
Yeah, it's a very feministic kind of a move here he's got going for him.
Google the cover, you guys.
Actually, even the cops have an interesting pose.
Tales of Suspense, number 75.
The cool thing about these books, as much as I will always love a book where a first appearance has the person right on the front, but I also like these random ones where you have no idea. Like this book has 2 great first appearances in it, and none of those characters are on the cover. I love that.
Finding this out is the best. You telling me that just made it all the more sweeter.
Yeah, we actually picked out an older book with Batroc on the cover, and then he shows me that book. He's like, first Sharon Carter. I was like, you know who else that is? That's the first Batroc. Put that other book back in your pile, and you put that one in the pile because we want to talk about Batroc.
That's true. That's how it went down.
And I said it with gritted teeth like that. And I don't know why.
You do a Todd McFarlane thing almost for a second there. We're talking about image and not...
Wait. You're talking about the darkness of my soul?
Is this Todd McFarlane? Oh my God,
hey
Kevin,
guys.
Todd McFarlane.
How are you? How you doing? Yeah, I had problems with darkness of my soul, but you know who else had that? Spawn. And in this episode of Spawn...
Sir, we're not talking about Spawn today.
No. Hi, I'm Todd McFarlane. I created Spawn.
We know. We know who you are.
I'm Todd McFarlane.
Yes.
Sir, you're like $50 million rich.
I have a leather jacket, and I'm in black, and I am Todd McFarlane.
And you overplayed for a baseball.
Sir, you own us a Honus Wagner baseball card.
I have a Mark McGuire baseball.
It's worthless.
Shut the fuck up. Wait, now I just became Ted Levine. Fucking put the fucking Mark McGuire.
What do you got next, sir, Jared?
All right.
It's like
This
Thor.
is one of my prized possessions.
Looks prized.
So when you buy on eBay, as we all know...
Why is it all the pages stuck together?
What did you do?
Oh.
It's just the front cover.
Okay,
Oh, I
okay.
know.
All right.
As you know, when you buy on eBay, it's subjective. Sometimes you could look at a good high definition picture and you're like, that looks like a good book. Sometimes you're just kind of winging it and you're like, I hope it's as good as they say. This was better than they said.
How much better?
This was the Mighty Thor, number 148. The first appearance of the Wrecker.
Ooh, da lottie. And he's on the cover, too.
He is
You can't
straight up
mistake
on the cover. It says, introducing the pounding power of the Wrecker.
The pounding power.
It's also got the origin of Black Bolt in it, by the way, just in case you were interested.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah. Now,
That's
this
awesome.
book I got on eBay, and it was like a mid-level price book, you know, and the condition to me is way better than what they said. It's fucking beautiful. The colors pop.
It is beautiful.
And more
He's got his
importantly,
patent and crowbar.
more importantly, I love the Wrecking Crew. They're one of my favorite villain teams, and the Wrecker is their leader.
Let me ask you, do they call it the Wrecking Crew because the Wrecker is the leader and it's his crew?
Yeah, for sure.
It's the Wrecking Crew.
Because the
Okay.
Wrecker made his first appearance way before the rest of the crew.
Really?
Yeah.
What, is it Absorbing Man in the Wrecking Crew or no?
I always thought he was because of the Secret Wars, because
Yeah.
he had the fucking ball and chain.
Right.
And Thunderball has a ball and chain. He's part of the Wrecking Crew. He's not that.
Okay.
But no, it's the Wrecker, Bulldozer, who's got the
The white outfit, right?
no, that's Pile Driver. Pile Driver's got the big hands. Bulldozer's got the metal head, and
Okay.
Thunderball's got the ball and chains.
Gotcha.
And they've been around for a while. They're just they've always been a great
Palookas through and through again.
hardcore Palookas. I got their first appearance a while ago, and then I got a great copy of it, and I gave my other copy as a birthday present to Mr. Kevin Green.
Oh, that's very kind of you, sir.
So yeah, that was heartfelt, Kevin. Because no, the Wrecking Crew are one of my favorites, and the fact that I got the first appearance of the Wrecker just sealed the deal with that. And he's on the cover. He's got the purple and green outfit. It's so random. A crowbar is his weapon, and he's fucking awesome.
Crowbar is a very effective tool.
Yeah, Thor 148.
Who's the dude with the sword in the right-hand corner?
Bowder the
Bowder?
Brave. Yeah,
Bowder
he
the
was.
Brave. Bowder the Brave.
He was. They actually did They would do I think in Journey into Mystery or Thor 2, they would do Bowder stories, side ones.
Oh yeah, and then
Yeah.
the Warriors 3.
And then the
Right?
Warriors 3 too.
Because
yeah.
there's a collection. They came out with these really nice Marvel comic collections. They're like hollow, kind of like foil on the ends, and they're just really cool stories, usually from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the Warriors 3. They got a special one, just
Yep.
all their own. It's really cool.
Yeah. Asgardian fun.
Kevin, what do you have?
Well, what I have is the first appearance of the Living Tribunal, Strange Tales number 157. And as you can see, you see a shirtless Nick Fury with his strap,
With his bandolier.
some woman in the background, and who does that look like to you?
Baron Wolfgang von Strucker.
Yes, a man with a vicious accent.
They did not do him justice in the films.
Yeah, that's
They teased him
unfortunate.
at the end of which one was it? They teased him with the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and then they had him for a split second Age of Ultron. They didn't give him enough. He's a Supreme Hydra.
Yeah,
They
Winter
should've-
Soldier. Looks like the end of Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, yeah. At the end of Winter Soldier, they teased him, and then in Age of Ultron, they just fucking wasted him. They should have fucking used him more. He's the arch enemy of Nick Fury for sure.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? In those movies so far, they're doing a pretty good job. It's kind of cheesy, but it works. Where you see that little
The blue streak.
the strip on their chins and
Well,
whatnot.
have you noticed they have it? Collector has it, right? And Grandmaster's gonna have
Grandmaster's
it.
gonna have it.
If you know your comics, they're brothers.
Yes,
So they're
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
That makes
So-
sense.
Because that's what the whole Contest of Champions, the original Contest of Champions was about, was the Grandmaster was doing a game because he loves games
Mhm.
with death. And if he won, he got Collector's life back because the Collector was killed by Korvac.
By Korvac.
God damn, I'm a fucking nerd.
Yes, you are.
Oh my god.
Nerd!
Why do I know this and I don't know about engineering?
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice
God
if we knew
damn
all
it.
these things?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with one here. It's a beauty. It's Marvel Preview Presents.
Honestly, before you even say it, it's a throwaway book. This book you should wipe your ass with and then give to me, but before you wipe your ass with it,
Oh, wait, what?
hand it to me first.
I don't think that works.
Give
that
it to
way.
me right now.
Are you
It'd be a
gonna
nice
Give me the
birthday gift.
goddamn
You gonna
book.
wipe your ass with it?
No, I
That's your
won't.
birthday gift. That's
Yeah.
your birthday gift.
This is Marvel Preview Presents number 4, the first appearance of Star-Lord from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
This isn't right.
It's a magazine.
You're not worthy of that book,
This
sir.
is a beautiful book.
You're
Look at the
not
condition
worthy.
of this book.
The condition is fucking. I know this is another sad thing. When I see a book in great condition, I get tight pantsed. I
do
definitely.
too.
I'm just
I do
like.
too. I'm hard right now.
I'm just like.
I'm hard right now.
God damn, that is in great condition.
It's great though. If you
Yeah.
look at the book, it's got a painted. It's all painted. It's lovely. It's got a painted moon in the background, and it looks like the sky. And then there's some rocky landscape in the right hand bottom corner. And Star-Lord's kind of flying from out of the background into the foreground, right in front of the moon, with his arms spread out, his gun, his helmet with his goggles.
Earth behind him. He's leaving her.
Yep. And it says, premiere issue, a new concept and graphic excitement. He stalks the galaxies, one man on a mission of cosmic vengeance.
Now the thing too with this, like these older books, and I'm not kidding. It's the magazine format. Of,
Marvel's magazine format.
Yeah. They had like Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, which we're going to get into later. These books, the magazine ones, to find in relatively good condition is fucking rare as fuck.
And
Like,
keeping him that way.
and
That's
keep
why
it-
this
yeah.
is stored, still stuck to the cardboard that it
Yeah.
came in.
That's right. Yeah, you can't really keep them in a short box.
But
Yeah.
you're scared to open it, aren't you?
Yeah,
I am. Absolutely. I'm not opening it. If I want to read it, I'll look it up online.
exactly. I have books like that. I'm like, I'll
Yeah.
just get the digital copy because why would I open that shit?
Yeah,
up?
because I did not pay a ton of money for
All you
this.
gotta do is
and
put some white gloves on. You'd be all right.
It's not an easy book to find. It's definitely not.
No.
Just put your white gloves on and open it.
Yes,
No.
sir.
Beautiful book, and yeah, it's only going to go up because those movies are great, and they apparently have an audience.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do, apparently.
Let's see what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to continue on what you were talking about in a different vein.
Okay.
This is Incredible Hulk 213. The cover is great. This guy I never even heard of. It says, introducing the 5-in-1 threat. You just don't quarrel with the Quintronic Man.
Oh my god.
So it's a giant robot. It's literally like pre-Voltron, except it's bad guys. And there's one guy,
Say Voltron or Ultron?
Voltron. Because it's a bunch of people. Like one guy's got one arm, one guy's got another arm. This guy in the head.
yeah, okay.
But that's not why I got the book. As cool as the Quintronic Man looks. This book is the first color. This is where comics get ridiculous, and this is I'm gonna go in a little.
Oh, I
rant
see
here.
what you're doing
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
this is the first color appearance of a very obscure character named Jack of Hearts, who I love. He's got one of the most gaudy costumes. He's literally looks like a Jack from the card deck, and his whole origin is crazy. He's got this like zero energy fluid going in him, and he can pretty much just shoot out a bunch of energy. Now, Jack of Hearts originally debuted in the magazine format of black and white of The Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, which was a Shang-Chi book. Those, for some reason, and I don't know why, because there is no movie, there hasn't been any mention of Jack of Hearts being in any movies. He's really
He's
not...
really cool though.
Oh, he's super cool. That's the thing. I want it because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
But his first appearance in Deadly Hands of Kung Fu is fucking expensive as
And
fuck.
for no reason.
How expensive?
No reason.
Minimum like $100, right?
Yeah, usually around $100 range.
Maybe
No joke.
maybe like a mid-range copy for like $70-$80.
Prospecting wise,
Ben Franklin?
I don't think I would invest at this point.
That's the
It's-
thing.
It's too much.
For prospecting?
Is it going to be like in a Netflix series possible? Is that why they're doing this?
no.
No.
No mention
I'm
of
not
him
going to
whatsoever.
lie. I don't think they'll... I mean, I would have said this about Guardians of the Galaxy years ago.
Right.
I don't think they'll ever use him.
Yeah.
Because he's so random and he's got a very convoluted,
Unique, hard
unique
look. Yeah.
look and story.
Yeah.
But I loved what was it Ron Friends and Ron Lim did a really cool Silver Surfer. He was really cool in the Silver Surfer and stuff like that. And he's been a sustaining character, but I mean, and this book, by the way, The Incredible Hulk 213, $5. You can get it for $5. That Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, like we said, really hard to get.
So the first color appearance is probably the better investment.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, he's such a colorful character. He's like
That's
blue,
true.
red, green. I mean, he's got so many colors on him.
Yep,
For
you would want him in color.
Yeah. So I don't know. I love this book. Yeah, Incredible Hulk 213. You could pick this up. Like I said, $5 easily.
Yeah.
So get it because he's a cool character.
That's a good issue to have. Oh, sorry to interrupt, everyone. Just wanted to mention real quick about a shop in Canoga Park, California called Spiros Heroes. Elliot, the proprietor of the store, has over 300,000 books in what's called the Temple of Comics. That's Spiro Heroes in Canoga Park, spirosheroes.com.
Now,
Kevin?
I just found these recently, and I remember I had the trade paperback version of these. Havoc and Wolverine. Meltdown. I remember this is the first time I ever found a comic book as a kid where they were cursing, where people were getting killed, blood everywhere.
It was EC Comics.
Yeah, like Epic. It was like
not EC. I'm sorry.
Epic Comics.
Epic. It was Epic Comics.
Epic Comics, and like it was just an unusual team up, Havoc and Wolverine, and it was like those painted, drawn comics, so to speak, and it was just very interesting. Like these guys they meant business. They're like in Mexico somewhere. They're going after people. I mean, they were just.
Well, it was really weird because it was the height of X-Men popularity for a while, and it was just. I mean, honestly, like there's probably a handful of people we know that read these books,
right?
Because they were so like off
literally
the charts, like,
and they made it so realistic. It's kind of like if you saw like Wolverine and Havoc like in the bar and you pissed them off, it's not going to be a good night for you.
No,
because Havoc could just melt you, and Wolverine could just gut you.
When I remember as a kid, I've always been, and we've heard this on the podcast before, a huge Havoc fan. But even as a kid, I was like, these look grown up, and I don't know if I should be reading.
Yeah, I felt that way too. Like, I felt that way too. I was like, man, am I allowed to be reading this?
It's all painted. It's not drawn. Why is it painted?
And then after the fact, I realized it said like parental discretion is advised.
Really?
I was like, oh, I guess I shouldn't be reading this.
Well, now, have you read the story?
A long time ago. I haven't read it recently, but a long time ago.
Did it ever go into continuity?
You know, to be honest with you, I don't think so.
That's what was weird too. It was like this whole thing outside of continuity that with two big characters of the time, and obviously especially Wolverine. But
right,
I just thought it was a cool team up because
because it was so unusual.
Wolverine, like that's awesome.
Like if it was Cyclops and Wolverine, I could have seen some logic in it because after all, they're on the same team. But the fact that it was Havoc and Wolverine,
well, and they had that Wolverine and Kitty Pryde thing, like the people that like matched.
But this is a cool team up because Havoc, just like you, I always preferred Havoc over Cyclops.
Yeah,
that's great and all. When I saw these books, I was like, I won't take them unless they're given to me for free.
I see.
I did not like the art. I did not like the art when I was a kid. I was like,
it's
too sloppy
it wasn't sloppy to me. It was just painting to me was like too adult.
You didn't have the taste. Yeah. You didn't have the right taste. At the time.
Oh, I have all kinds of tastes.
Well, no, even when Kingdom Come came out, though, it took me a while to warm up to that because I was like, it's funny because you want good art in your comics,
too artistic.
but it was like too much. I was like, this guy painted things
too pretty. No,
yeah,
yeah, kind of like that.
Make him silly.
So I have a book here. It's the most cosmic superhero of all, the new Captain Marvel number 33. Boom. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the origin of Thanos.
Ooh.
On the cover, though, it's got Thanos. He basically, his hand is so big, it's covering the entire head of Captain Marvel.
He's palming his head.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like, now I strike, and now you die.
And his look then was definitely more like, you could see they weren't set on his color scheme yet, because it's like a bluish blue. It's like blue on blue, but like a purplish blue.
Yeah, this is still an early Thanos. I mean, let's keep that into consideration. And it says it's power versus power. Thanos, the living titan.
Yeah, it's
a really cool book. Very striking, very bright colors. It's a great issue, great shape. No staple pops or anything, flat. So I was
zero jizz streaks.
I was very happy to get this issue. I accidentally sniped this from underneath you at a comic shop.
You'll never forget
BJ, you know who you are. But that's my next book.
It's a good one. I'm gonna keep it. Kevin, you did a Strange Tales, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna do Strange Tales. This is actually one of my newest acquisitions. Strange Tales 141. On the cover, it says Operation Brain Blast. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Beginning the strangest, most spectacular super menace ever to threaten Nick Fury and his Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And now it's actually not just one menace, it's two. This is the first appearance of Mentalo, who I think they put on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I wouldn't know because I don't watch that show, but I think they did.
I don't remember.
He's like a mutant with like telepathic...
Metallo?
Yeah, Mentalo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to say.
Not Metallo.
Oh,
Men.
okay.
You know, I don't remember whether they put him in the age. I've seen every episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I legit don't remember this guy being in there. If he was, that's how unmemorable his character
Exactly.
was.
But I don't even care about Mentallo. I do, he's cool. But I care about his partner. It's the first appearance of the Fixer.
That's a nice first appearance.
Yeah. The Fixer was an Iron Man villain. He was a Nick Fury villain. He was kind of like a super engineer. He could kind of like Forge of the X-Men, but without the mutant power.
Or like Gladiator from the Daredevil series.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
He would just make super technology. But he was a big member of the Masters of Evil. He's later a member
He could be
of
like
Thunderbolts.
Reed Richards' rival, basically, if he wanted to be.
Yeah. Always like the Fixer. I always thought he had a cool costume, the green and the kind of bluish. He worked for Hydra at times. He's obviously...
Yeah. This is a great cover, though.
Yeah.
The outfit this dude is wearing is effing ridiculous.
Yeah, Nick Fury. It's Nick. It's Nick Fury.
That's Nick Fury wearing that. What is wrong with him?
Green pants, an orange shirt, some weird gun.
Why is Nick Fury having
at
this
this.
weird cover?
But on his
appearances?
head is some weird... Like,
What is that?
helmet with
What's
an
he trying
antenna.
to get reception? What show
I
is he
think so.
wanting to watch?
That's right. I think that's what it is. They're like
A-Team's coming in?
They're
What is
affecting
it?
his brain with...
Probably not
So
even 18,
we had a
it's earlier
shirtless.
than that.
We had a shirtless Nick
Dragnet.
Fury in one cover.
Man from Uncle.
And now we got this weird cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
So, yeah, that's a good one. Strange Tales 141. Another book, not cheap, but not super expensive.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's
You got one more you want to pull out of your pile?
to...
Probably be the last one for you.
All right, I'll do New Teen Titans number 16. I love this book because it's New Teen Titans. You're like, oh, cool. But they had this whole sub-story thing. They did the first Blue Devil in one of these.
Uh-huh.
This is the first appearance of Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew. That's right.
Love it.
They brought back some cool anamorphic animals.
Love it.
And, yeah, Captain Carrot was like a Superman rabbit. There was like Abracadabra. She was a cat with like... She was like the Zatanna of cats.
You know, recently they had a Superman arc where all the Supermans from all the parallel worlds were getting together to fight this foe that was going into each dimension and killing the Superman. Not killing them, but capturing them and putting them on the slave planet.
Right.
And Captain Carrot was one of them.
He was of his... Yeah, that's right, because they were from their own universe
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think
he
they were
was
even
representation of Superman.
Has anyone cosplayed yet as Captain Carrot?
I don't think so. I've ever seen.
We did do, though, around Easter, we did a superhero smackdown of...
That's right.
What was it? Hoppy, the Captain Marvel rabbit versus
Yes.
Captain Carrot.
Yeah, and I had my money on Carrot.
Yeah, I'd go with Carrot, too.
Yeah,
But,
it's more established. Unless you threw Bucky O'Hare in there, and then all bets are off.
yeah, then shit's gonna go crazy.
Yep.
But that was, I don't know. I love first appearances like that. Just, especially that it's in a New Teen Titans. It's so random. And in the top, free Captain Carrot preview pullout. Like if you were buying books off the shelf, you're like, what the fuck is that? I just want to read my New Teen Titans book.
Okay, Kevin, 2 quick ones for you.
All right. This is something that Donald, you advised me to get. This is the last Kirby cover of Fantastic Four that he
Yeah,
did.
I want.
book he drew.
I know you like.
Fantastic Four.
I know you like pieces of history.
Yes.
That's
and,
a cool one.
And
man.
I thought for $6,
Actually, it was less than that, but yes.
yeah, the last bit of Kirby art on the Fantastic Four, like
it's a
you
beautiful
can't,
thing.
yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Well,
Look,
and
it's
Kevin-
almost like he's laying them to rest with his own,
You know, subconsciously, maybe that's what's the
Wow.
case.
Yeah.
And also, Kevin, you also don't you have the last Steve Ditko Spider-Man?
I do.
So that's kind of cool. You have the
You
last.
should
of these-
start like a collection of lasts of artists.
Lasts of
I
artists.
think that would be kind of cool.
I
That is
should.
cool.
Yeah.
And then also I have here, someone made an appearance in this book. This Captain America 310.
A lot of people did. That is the first Serpent Society.
Serpent Society.
Who were such a cool, and this is like when Grunwald really started on Cap, and it might even be his first issue.
Oh, God bless his soul.
He made the Serpent Society. He took these. Some of them had already appeared in like a Marvel 2-in-1. He took this group of like snake themed characters, and like he had this guy Sidewinder, who was their proposed leader, and he was like, I'm gonna offer you. It was the smartest thing. He was like, we're gonna start a union. You're gonna have like vacation days. And the coolest bonus was he was like, look, my power is I can teleport. So if you ever go to jail, I just teleport in and I get you out. So they're like, yeah, I'll sign up. Like, this is cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And they became, I think their first, and then they like signed themselves out. One of their first missions was to kill MODOK, which is pretty badass.
Very badass.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to wrap it up here with my last two. My first one is going to be Weird War Tales number 93. This is the first appearance of the Creature Commandos.
That's great.
Now, anybody that knows the Creature Commandos, you've got Frankenstein's monster, the werewolf, a Dracula kind of dude, vampire, and I think Bride of Frankenstein was in here as well.
Yeah.
And there was some type of fish dude, I think, is made an appearance, and a mummy-like creature at one point.
And I think G.I. Robot joined them at some time.
Yeah, and then even the zombie dude. Yeah. So there's a whole group.
Monster soldiers.
Of monster soldiers that were like just there to fight the Nazis. Mm-hmm. And it was just such a cool idea. And this is something... Guys, if they do a Justice League Dark, one of these guys is probably going to be in it. And it's not a bad idea to pick this up. It's issue 93, Weird War Tales. You could pick it up for $7-8 right now. It's super cheap. So definitely highly recommend it. My other one is something you might not be able to pick up so cheap. It is Superman's ex-pal, the new Jimmy Olsen, number 134. This is the first appearance of Darkseid.
Yep. My birthday gift. Thank you, sir.
Now, this is the first...
my going away birthday gift.
The first full appearance of Darkseid. The first partial appearance that some argue is the actual first is Forever People number 1. Now, this one has him fully in it, and I think this is the more substantial book. And it's also the more sought-after book.
I would say it's also the hardest to get.
Right. Also the harder one to get. I paid, obviously, $30 for it. I got it for a steal. Probably like 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've always wanted Darkseid's first appearance. I finally got it. I was very happy when I found it for this price. So this is a great book to get. And with that, that is our short box finds, our pulls from our short boxes. So thank you for listening. Thank you for coming out. Please like us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, iTunes.
Rate,
follow
review,
us on
subscribe.
there.
Spread the word of the real short box.
Yes, please support your local comic shops. They can't survive without you.
No.
Thank you guys so much for supporting us. We really appreciate it. And of course, salute to Jarrett and all his hard work with our show here.
Thank you.
And we will be seeing him sometime soon.
But most importantly, we will see you, all of you, at the comic shop.
This has been The Real Short Box. We'll see you at the comic shop. Thanks for listening.